I'm so hyped up on coffee right now. I am in the mood for some bread and cheese.
Yeah, me too. I can definitely go for some pizza.
So where are we going right now?
Right now we're going to Keste in downtown near Fulton Street, and it's traditional Neapolitan pizza.
And it's a UNESCO World Heritage recipe.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't realize that the pizza you see in Italy is under the UNESCO title, so they have to follow a certain way to make it, and the certain ingredients you have to use when making it. So it's pretty cool. It's very authentic.
Ooh, so excited to try some authentic Naples pizza in New York City. All right, let's go.
Come to Keste.
Yes.
Keste started 11 years ago in Bleecker Street. It was one of the first pizzeria in Naples, Neapolitan pizzeria in New York.
Oh wow!
And after 3 months we opened, it was considered the best pizzeria in New York City by New York Magazine.
Oh, that's amazing. So without further ado, let's make some pizza.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Andiamo. It was make 2 days ago.
2 days, okay.
And for somebody to tell it's crazy, you can use this dough, it's very soft.
Yeah.
And we like the use of this dough, and we make 24 hours in a bulk fermentation in no cooler. And after to make the balls, it go another, depend, it can be another 24 hours, it can be 56 hours, another 30 hours. So the total fermentation between 48 and 56 hours.
Wow.
And that's consent to have a digestible, all the fermentation is finished. It's very light and digestible. It's not the kind of pizza you stay in your stomach all night and you need to drink a lot of water.
Precisely. Or immediately go to sleep.
Yeah,
No,
you feel
energized.
I started when I was 38. I never cooked before I was 38. It's 20 years ago. I'm 60 this year. So.
You and Oprah. Oprah started late life too. It's amazing.
Yeah.
He's the Oprah of pizza.
Yeah.
Before to that, I was a farmer, cheese maker, self-generated from American company around the country, the cow business. So when I was 38, I decided I don't want to do that kind of job. I went to school in Naples. I became pizza maker. They learn English. I went to Pittsburgh to learn English. Decided to stay 3 months, but I stayed 1 year. Typical American story.
Yeah. Living the American dream.
Yes.
And so in Italy, when you eat the pizza, do they usually don't cut it, or they cut in fours? Right?
We cut in fours. They don't cut it. They bend it, they give it to you. So when we decided here, the only thing we compromise when is the cutting.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All the rest we don't do it. So.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so can't wait to try that.
So they go to the table now.
Yeah, let's go to the table.
Okay, so I can eat this with my hands, right?
Yes.
Because it's fried pizza. Usually you see
But
them, they
you
wrap it in paper.
Yeah, you can do that. You can, or you can use it by a fork and knife. Depends you.
Okay. Are you gonna have some? No, you eated enough? He's like, don't make me eat again. Okay, we're gonna go for it. Cheers.
Salute.
I love the smoked mozzarella.
I love how the soft the bread is. It's very fluffy bread.
Yeah.
So
And as you mentioned, it's barely greasy. So
Yeah.
it tastes lighter than you would think.
It's so delicious. I'm obsessed with the smoked mozzarella because I happen to live near a place when I'm in Italy on the Amalfi Coast, near the mountains of Agerola, where they have provola comes from as well.
And the tomatoes are very sharp. Where do you get?
yes, I just come
Yeah.
from Salerno, is the area where the tomato is from. is this valley under the Vesuvio, Vesuvio volcano, because in the 17th century when they started playing tomato, the tomato is not come from Naples, but come not from Spain, but come from Peru.
Oh,
And they was bringing Spain, bring it back in Europe, but they was never used it because they was scared about the poison inside the leaf. So these are local plants. When they Naples occupied Naples for 200 years, Naples to Sicily, they bring the tomato plants. Somebody in the street, we unfortunately don't know the name, start pick up a tomato and cook and change the history, the cuisine in the world. This guy didn't know the name. And they start planting in this area, in the valley, was very rich in mineral soil. The soil was rich because the Vesuvio eruption makes it special for that tomato. Even today, the best tomatoes come from there.
So now let's try the pizza margherita.
Yes.
Which is the classic one that you'll find everywhere in every street in Naples.
Yes.
I eat it with a fork and knife, though. I think that's so important.
You do?
Yeah, 'cause it's so authentic.
I'm going to eat it New York style.
Can I let you try something from Genoa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like I should join you with the eating with the hand.
Oh, wow. So the dough is just like perfectly soft and chewy. The great thing about dough, Italian style dough, is that it kind of has that bounce back feeling, almost like pasta al dente,
Exactly.
which I really love.
It's just so light. I mean, it sounds silly to say, but that's why I love Neapolitan pizza. I'm under 5 feet, and a lot of people say, "You eat a whole pizza?" And I'm like, it's actually equivalent to one slice in America for me, for the ingredients, right?
Okay, so last year in October, Genoa, the city of Genoa, invited us to go there and learn, me, Cesare Casella and Angelo Compitello, about the focaccia, the pesto, and the focaccia di Recco we already make before that.
Oh,
So
interesting.
I'll let you try when the pesto was making fresh.
Oh,
so.
yeah. So this is a gluten-free bread.
This one's gluten-free.
This one's okay.
regular. The same focaccia.
Let me try the gluten-free one
Okay, I'm gonna
first.
do. So, do you think we should try it by itself first,
by
or put?
itself. And
Okay.
one piece is some.
Oh,
Tastes the same. That's amazing.
In general, you have everywhere this focaccia.
ooh. So what we're looking at right now. That was good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah.
is this one is basic is focaccia formaggio.
Oh my gosh.
It's beautiful too. All the layers. So I can see 3 layers.
It's so good. It's really one of my favorites. One day I came to have a pizza here. Roberto's like, "You have to try this." I said, "No, I just want to have the pizza." And Domenico brought over this
Wow.
pizza, and now I don't know if I will want anything else. It's so good.
That is definitely a very different taste from the other 2 pizzas. It has a kind of a more like salty taste to it. It's what type of cheese is it again?
It's called Stracchino or Crescenza.
Okay.
In this case, we buy here. It's an Italian company. It's called Belgioioso. We make it in Wisconsin because the Stracchino is very fresh. You can import it from Italy. It's very hard.
And very creamy too when you bite
Very
into it.
creamy.
Yeah.
And that is a typical focaccia you find in Genoa, in Recco. They have a Crescenza, different cheese.
Yeah.
It's called Stracchino. So every region they have a possibly the same cheese, but called different name because they be sliced different.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
They are more acidic in this cheese. They have a squacquerone that's similar, but they're more soft. They use it for the piadina in Emilia Romagna. So Italy have over 400 different cheese. When you find different cheeses, now they are similar. They are completely different one by one.
Oh wow.
So I'll let you, if you have some room, give me 2 seconds, I'll let you try.
Always room for some dolce.
Thank you. Okay, this is exciting.
Okay, so did you eat pastiera when you were a kid? Because you
Yeah.
grew up in a Neapolitan.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your family.
So both my parents were born in Italy. My father is from Calabria. My mother was born in Napoli. Growing up, pastiera was a staple in my house for Easter. So every Easter,
interesting.
my grandmother and my mother, they would all make pastiera together, and we would always share that for Easter.
And that's fascinating. So, from your perspective of living in America for how long?
Oh, I've been here my whole life, 33
Whole
years.
life. Yeah. What's the main difference between Italian American and current Italian food?
I think there's a huge difference. It's the way we prepare it. I always tell people you have to keep in mind when Italian immigrants came here, they didn't have the opportunities that they have today to import all these ingredients from Italy.
Yeah.
So they kind of just made do with what they had. I think now that the exporting business from Italy is so huge that we've become accustomed here in the United States that Italian American food is Italian food.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I like is someone like Roberto is really putting in a huge effort to change people's perceptions of saying that Italian American cuisine and Italian cuisine are two very different things.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because usually there's not that much combination of bread, meat, and cheese all together. They're usually separate.
I noticed in Italy, everything's separate by courses, where
Yeah.
here in the United States, it's like everything's put kind of together.
I see.
You know, it's the biggest example is probably spaghetti and meatballs. Here in America, we eat spaghetti and meatballs. In Italy, you're either eating spaghetti and then meatballs.
Oh, I see.
Never together. So there's more of a break between the courses where we kind of lump everything into one course here.
We were talking about chicken parm before. So.
And we are meatball heroes as well.
Yeah.
So right now, are we eating a cannolo or a cannoli?
Cannolo.
Cannolo,
singular.
okay.
Cannolis multiple.
Multiple.
I eat cannolis multiple.
All right, let's try this without further ado.
And you stuff it fresh, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So important. That's how you know
So here's
it's
the
a real
cannoli.
good canola when
If
you stuff
you-
it fresh.
If you go to a bakery and you notice that the cannolis are pre-stuffed, all that means is that the ricotta is drying out inside the refrigerator. So it's very important that the cannolis are stuffed fresh, as per order.
Okay, this is gonna be hard to split off.
Okay, no, you can take a bite. This is all you.
I'll take a
this
bite
is all
from
you.
this
I'm
end.
I'm
Okay.
very lucky to be able to experience this food quite often because it's one of my favorite places. Do you taste the difference in the ricotta? Mm-hmm. Because it's just sugar, ricotta. It's like three
This
ingredients.
cinnamon oil, that's a huge ingredient. But the main difference you'll notice
wow.
from American
Yeah.
ricotta and Italian ricotta is the Italian ricotta is a little bit more grainier.
I see.
So you're tasting actually more of the ricotta and less of the sugar, where American cannoli cream, you're tasting more of the sugar.
Okay, so what are these two cakes over here?
So this is this one here is the Pastiera Napoletana.
Yeah.
That's a traditional Neapolitan cake. This is the Torta Caprese. This is made with almond flour and it's gluten-free, and that's a specialty cake that comes from the island of Capri.
Wow, so look at that. Beautiful.
And they're both very hard, difficult to make. I tried to make both.
Yes.
I'm not a chef.
Yes,
but-
you have, especially the Pastiera di Grana, you have to soak the grains, and you had all the, it's not like a 1 hour process, it's more of a 1 day process to make the pastiera. It's very, very...
It's interesting because from the American perspective, sometimes we think this is so easy to make.
Yeah.
But in reality, you guys are taking a day or two to make just one
Yeah,
cake.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And the idea behind it is especially with the pastiera and with a lot of Italian dishes, when you prepare them the right way, they should take a day to make, and it was a way to bring the family together.
Yeah.
That's very, very big. So pastiera, when you would make it, and even in my Italian American household, it was a way for the whole family to spend some time together, to do something, to create a dish together. A lot of the food, especially in Italian culture, is based around the idea of family. You know, you work these long days, especially on Sundays when you
Yeah.
sit down to have a meal together, it's just a way to involve the whole family into it.
Oh, fascinating.
That's amazing.
Are Italian Americans indulging in current Italian food?
I think more and more you're starting to notice a trend that way,
Cool.
that Italian Americans are realizing that there's a huge difference between the two cuisines, and they really do want to learn more about, you know, authentic Italian cuisine.
And it's not that one is better than the other.
No,
They
they
just
just-
had 100 years of separation.
Yeah, they're two, and they really are two totally different cuisines.
Yeah.
You know, there might be some overlapping similarities, but for the most part, they're very, very different. And something I think you notice as well too is that authentic Italians are starting to appreciate more the Italian American cuisine, just because it is an ode to their heritage as well.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Okay,
a
so
beautiful-
which one's almond free?
This one.
Because I'm allergic to almonds. All right, I'm gonna try this one.
I'm so excited about this.
Oh, look
I
at
haven't had
that.
since Easter.
Oh, wow, this looks
my
good.
gosh.
I really
So
like
good.
that. Yeah,
Have you never had a pastiera?
never had
before?
that before.
It's very typical,
But
very typical of the South.
I'm from Puerto Rico, and we have similar cakes to this. And it reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, these like kind of more. I'm not sure even how to describe it, but it tastes like fluffier, a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's not as creamy, as kind of dense.
Well,
as
that's because
American
you have,
cakes.
you have the
That's
grains
different.
inside it. So.
And
Oh,
I
so
will
that's
do
what I'm
caprese.
tasting. That's the texture inside,
Yeah.
the grains. What type of grains?
Those are whole grains.
Whole grains.
Wheat grains.
Interesting. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's hard to describe to people in America because I'm like, you know those like little candies, and like you know
Yeah.
it's like this. They're like wheat, so it's something where you really start to understand the culture of Naples when you really see the ingredients. I know it sounds weird, but this is what you were talking
Yeah,
about. Like when you
absolutely.
see it, you understand the culture, you understand the people. You can't really describe it. You just have to come here and taste it. And just tell me.
And it's not overly sweet. So it's it's not overly sweet.
No,
It's not a
definitely
punch
not.
of sugar
No.
as you can get with some American cakes.
That's I always tell people that's the biggest difference between Italian cuisine and American cuisine is American cuisine we overload it with sugar, with sauces, with all different toppings. The Italian cuisine is much more simpler where you can taste that it's sweet, but it's
Yeah.
not like in your face sweet.
I see. So Cassandra, I'm allergic to almonds, so I'll let
Yes.
you be the taste tester for this.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
enjoying. I already took
Cool.
a little.
What do you
I
think
took
of
a little
it?
bite.
Describe
It's-
how it tastes to the
Okay, so
audience.
this is it's just deliciousness and chocolateness, if that's even a
That's
word.
wonderful.
But what I love about it is you don't taste the almonds are ground like the almond flour. Or some people grind the almonds so tiny that you don't taste the almonds in here. So it's not something like you bite in and like think it's it was made with almonds, right? And so that's really great about it. And it's in between being like a moist and a dry cake. And I know that sounds funny. Maybe you could describe it better as a chef, but that's the best way because people say, "Oh, what's the consistency?" I'm like, "Oh, it's not like a typical like typical nonna cake or something like that.
Yeah,
it has
like
just
tiramisu.
exactly. It just like has this bite of creaminess, but it's actually just like made the same as a torte.
Yeah, absolutely. And what the difference is, you have almond. It's more drier base. You have almond flour and dark chocolate. So, by not using milk chocolate, it's not as creamy. But when you put in enough of the dark chocolate and mix it with the sugar, you almost do get a creamy consistency out of it. So.
You can tell from the color. It's
Yeah.
really dark
Yeah,
chocolate.
absolutely.
Yeah. That's amazing. Thank you so much for inviting
Yeah.
us. Let's try to drink it the real Italian way.
Okay,
Salud.
salute. You know, I kind of want to put sugar in, but I'm not going to do it.
That's how you drink it the Italian way.
In the final episode of Real Italy in New York, we visit a gelateria in Chelsea, where we make some gelato with Chef Lorenzo Franchetti. And also, I have a religious experience with a certain affogato.
I'm Ariel with Urbanist. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more videos of exploring cities all around the world and its history, please subscribe and click that bell button for notifications. Also, if you want to support this channel and get access to exclusive videos, go to patreon.com/urbanist. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring.